Hey everybody, it's Harry from Sleepy Daddy BBQ, the YouTube channel that teaches you how to master barbecue so you can spread barbecue love. In our continuing series with the tallow wrap, one of you asked me if I ever tried to combine some caul fat. So caul fat or lace fat, that is the membrane that surrounds certain organs in the animal, to use that to drape and wrap over the brisket as you cook it, and combine that with the tallow wrap to see if you can get a better result. So in this episode, we're going to give this caul fat brisket test a go, let you guys know the results. All right, first thing you want to do is you want to sniff the caul fat, because this comes from different organs. So depending on the organ it comes from, it may have a strong odor, but this one is pretty good. You also can wash this if you like. Just gently break it apart. And for those of you wondering how much this costs, it's about $3 a pound, so it's not really expensive. And I found this at the, let's see, where did I find it? I found it at the Asian grocery store. It's a way to basically introduce moisture into your cooking. Very common in certain kinds of cuisine, Russian, French, they use the caul fat to drape the meat, kind of moisturize the meat, preventing from drying out. Also, as the fat melts, it drapes the meat and it kind of moisturizes and bathes your meat with the fat as it melts. Sometimes they eat this stuff, sometimes they don't, so it's kind of up to you what you want to do with it. So I'm going to have to basically make sure that I get a nice layer to drape over the brisket. So it's going to be absolutely beautiful. We're going to season it up first before it works here. Something like this would work. Drape it over and cook the brisket this way. Okay, you gotta be very careful. Look, I just tore this part here. The membrane is very delicate. That's why it's called a lace fat also. And that should work. Let's go ahead and season it. I have a little bit of beef consomme paste or liquid. This is just to ensure that my rub will stick. Just a nice thin layer is good. Maybe about a couple of tablespoons of this product. You can use a Worcestershire, you can use mustard, but this product works really well. This is from soupbase.com. It was my co-packer in Cleveland. If you need to get it, go to soupbase.com to get yours. I like to put it on my brisket because it's a spike belt tip that allows me to supercharge the flavors of my brisket. Get some of my beef rub on it. This one is the Jealous Devil version, which is the private label of my product, and this is for the distributorship channel, so you can find it in like grocery stores and discount stores. All right, let's carefully drape it. Just wet down a little bit, just make it stick. I'm ready to cook my caul fat wrap brisket. I've decided to do it at my buddy Winnie's from Smoke Queen Barbecue's home. She's firing up her offset today. It's a 500-gallon offset called Dragon. So since she's firing the offset, I'm gonna throw my briskets in there to do a little collab. Have her talk to you guys a little bit about how she runs her pit. We'll talk a little bit about fire management and have her explain to you how she runs her pits, and we'll feature that in another video.
Now we're gonna do the alien slime brisket,
AKA caul fat brisket. We're gonna do a shootout compared against the one that's tallow wrap, and we'll see how it comes out. And I think that this is something that you can try. It's really a lot of fun. It makes your brisket look really weird. It looks like slime mold. Isn't it cool? Yeah. Scare your kids at Halloween.
It looks like a zombie.
Or you can say that it's so marble. Winnie, why is the brisket so marble today?
This is ultra upper Wagyu Prime.
Yes, A29.
A29 Prime.
A29 Prime Wagyu.
So the flat is on top, right?
Yeah. So I wrapped it wrong. So we gotta wrap it the other way. So you have to
wrap it again?
Yeah, you have to wrap again. Yeah. So flip it over. Take out the cover. And this is the fat that wraps the organ.
This is actual fat?
It's called lace fat. It's very popular in Russian, French cuisine, European cuisine. It's very popular. And this allows you to moisturize your meats and prevent it from drying out. So what Winnie's going to do is she's going to lift it up. I'm going to pull this away. And then she's going to drape it this way.
Okay.
Now, my question is this. If we're cooking it fat up, should we wrap the bottom or wrap the top? This is the decision point here.
Maybe that's another episode.
There's another episode. Okay, cool. Guys, okay, so this episode we're going to do the caul fat on the top. And then next episode we're going to do caul fat at the bottom, see what helps. And then you just pick it up and wrap it under.
Well, I'll try to wrap the underneath.
Yeah, as best as you can. So we get both layers. Yeah, see? So you're doing it right here, like that.
Yeah, so I'm also wrapping on the bottom then.
Yeah, excellent.
That way.
So that will basically melt away during the cook. And the concept is that when you do it this way, the meat is more tender. It stays moist and doesn't dry out. So we'll see if this harebrained experiment works here. It's not.
Yeah.
Remember, Harry failed, so you don't have to. So this is the purpose of it. Okay, excellent.
Okay, so the bottom is covered.
Covered, yeah. So we can put it in the pit now. All right, drum roll, please. Look at that. Caul fat brisket here into her pit.
A little blanket of fat.
Yeah, a little bit of a.
All right.
Okay, perfecto. It's been about 5.5 hours. Our Caul fat wrapped brisket is absolutely gorgeous. Take a look. That caul fat has now melted and fused with the brisket, looking absolutely amazing. Gotta be careful not to burn myself. Tip it to drip any excess sauce in liquid. Put it on a pan. And we're gonna do a wrap on it. Absolutely gorgeous. Got the caul fat brisket. Alright, we need to paint the outside of the paper. We also some tallow. Alright, here's the caul fat brisket. We have cooked it for about 6 hours, and then we put it into a BTU area for another 3 hours. So now it's perfectly tender. You can see from the jiggle here, it's got that beautiful, we call it the brisket jiggle. I'm going to slice into it and show you guys how beautiful it is. And you can see the way the caul fat moisturizes and keeps the meat so tender. You see like that, and the caul fat has completely melted away so that it retains the moisture, keeps your brisket super delicious and moist. All right, I need the boss Vinny here to come and officiate the official opinions.
So let's try the caul fat. It has a subtle like innards flavor. A little bit. It's definitely more buttery, but I taste that smelliness or the stinkiness of the innards. It's very subtle. It's not very obvious.
What is your comment on the bark and the saltiness on the crust?
Let's see, the bark. Bark is not bad. Bark is not as, I think, as pronounced as the other ones.
Compared to the others?
Yeah. And these are traditionally smoked with no caul fat.
So do you find the flavor lacking or flavor too strong? Or what are your overall comments on the flavor compared to a traditional paper brisket? It
has a little bit of that butteriness, but it's kind of like an intestine smell, like an innards smell or innards fragrance to it. It's either you like it or you hate it. But
is the moisture and greasiness or unctuousness, how does it compare to a regular paper wrap?
To me, it was almost the same.
Almost the same. So no difference, right? So your conclusion is that the extra melting of the caul fat onto the surface of the brisket didn't give it any additional moisture advantage?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think caul fat is a pass or a fail?
I think it's kind of cool. Like if it looks kind of different, it's, but if you're entertaining and you want to, impress your friends, that's kind of something cool to do. But I don't think it's worth the effort. I think that the other traditional methods you get the same or better results. So I don't think it's a necessary step that you should take. But if you like the cool look of it, if you're doing like some sort of like Halloween themed party or something like that, that's kind of cool. It makes it look really funky looking, so it's kind of fun, but I wouldn't do it. It's just not worth the trouble if you want to enhance your flavor.
Okay, you heard it from Winnie, pitmaster from Smoke Queen. As far as my comments are concerned, I kind of agree with Winnie. I didn't exactly feel there was a lot of strong odor, but I did feel that the flavor was lacking. and the moisture wasn't any better than a regular paper wrap brisket. So my conclusion is similar to Winnie. It's not worth the extra trouble. So in my book, I would rate the Caul fat as a fail. So for those of you who lasted so long in this video, I appreciate you stopping by. Please try Caul fat on your own and let me know if it's any good. Be curious to know. This is a sample size n equals 1, so please do not consider this the all and be all of all testing. Please go ahead and try it and let me know if you have questions, and let me know if Caul fat works for you. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Until the next video, we will see ya. I'd like to do a shout out for my Patreons who are helping me keep the lights on my channel. If you like this kind of content and you find value in my work, please go to patreon.com/Harry Soo.